This is good? Yeah, more or less? I tried Google Translate before I came. No QA, I hope it's good. So if it's good, clap your head. Okay, okay. Okay. So this is what I wanted to talk about. Actually, this is what they told me to talk about. So I'm a good boy, and this is what I'll talk about. The presentation is nice, but the most important thing is that I will try to convey some of the experience that I've gained through the last 8 years. 8 years ago, I was a student. How many of you are students today? How many are students? Guys, we are students all our life, okay? They just pay. So the idea is that 8 years ago, I studied accounting and economics at Tel Aviv University. And there were some young students that came to my office. While I was a student, I had an office at the university, yeah? Don't ask yourself why. And they came to my office and they say, we have an idea. I say, okay, what do we do with them? How do we support them? So some of the students here, do you have any idea? Some of you, like one, maybe two, maybe. Who has an idea? Who is an entrepreneur? You? You raised your hand. You? You have an idea? I see it in your eyes. Okay, who is the brave one that will say, I have an idea? You? Come to the stage. Wow, big one for her. And then, what's her name? Ipu. Okay, good. Come to the middle. Directly to the water. Okay, she's an undergrad.
I'm an undergrad at UC Berkeley, majoring in mechanical engineering.
Wow, she's strong. Okay, this is a very good bio. Applause, guys, it's not easy. It's not accounting and economics, this is much more than that. And then a student came to my office and he said, I have an idea. I said, okay, pitch your idea. You have 30 seconds, something like that, yeah?
30 seconds? Okay.
Who is counting? What?
I think I have, because I'm majoring in mechanical engineering, so I have an idea about the Internet of Things, which is a movement tracker that people can put, like a movement tracker module that people can put in everywhere, so we can attract the movement data through accelerometer, and then we can apply machine learning to analyze it, so we can be a personalized assistant for people, such like we can remind you to take medicine, we can remind other people to do it, or...
Amazing! Wow. Okay. Again, round of applause, thank you. And then that student, that's taking an opportunity, because she doesn't really know who is in the crowd today, and maybe our friend Steven will invest today. Yeah, maybe not. But there are some investors somehow, okay? So this is a good opportunity. And she grabbed the opportunity and she was ready for that, yeah? She was ready to come on the stage to pitch. She did it okay, yeah, there is some place for improvement, but I'll for sure invest in you and to many other people because I know that you want to go on with your idea. So I was sitting in my office and then students arrived, they said, we have an idea. I said, okay, what do I do with you? It's like, what do I do now with this IoT venture? So I came to the VP R&D at the university, I told him, Professor Mendelovich, I need your support to assist some of the students. And he said, you can do it. I said, no, I don't know how. He said, no, you can do it. I said, you know what, yes, I can do it. So I decided to establish one of the biggest centers today in Israel and worldwide, which is called Startup, Tel Aviv University Entrepreneurship Center. In the last 8 years, we had more than, I would say, 250,000 people that came across our office from being at their very early stage to grown companies. And Israel today is a very hard scene of startup. When I say hard, so it means that when I started, there were maybe 2, 3, 5 accelerators, hubs, and so on. How many today? Israel, 8 million people. How many accelerators? Throw a number. So it's more than 200, okay? And 3 years ago, there were something like 30. In the last 3 years, more than 170. So what is it? It's a worldwide buzz of innovation. It's a way of life, okay? Things are changing, like our friend that spoke, Gina, about trends. We see the trend of being able to work everywhere and develop your own idea, your own vision, your own future. So I'll try to take some of the experience to talk about the academia, the private sector, government, gap model, and key features. Look like a university structure, but I'm not a professor, it's not going to be like that. This is Tel Aviv University today. It's ranked number 9th in the world by the ability of, for example, 170 grads to raise $1.2 billion. How do they do it? So we took some of the lecture, the first lecture that we had, and we saw they create, the initials, be creative, invent, inspire, and so on. The simple thing you need to do is to make a one-pager, come with the, we say in Spanish, huevos. Can you translate it into Chinese? Some of you? Guts. How do you say the guts? The balls? I didn't say that. But to take some of your ability to knock on the door and to just start, to come on into the stage, to stand in the middle, and to be prepared to pitch. Yes. But why they will take you? And who is them? Why they will come to you, okay? Because people worldwide, as I said, there are 200 accelerators in Israel, in Chile, in Singapore, in China, in Greece, in wherever you go, there are tons of accelerators. Why you? Because you are supposed to be very direct, very lean, and to answer what they are looking for. It's a small one-pager that consists that the key features. People are looking to see some strength that is coming from the academia, from the private sector, from the government. There are clients, there are also investors, they are also doing the QA. And you as an entrepreneur need to think in a very lean way. Call it a lean startup, call it a business canvas model, call it the design thinking. Invent your own thing, but you need a one-pager that will talk like they expect to see it. Very clear, very sharp, and with the guts, with the courage to come and, like our friend said earlier, execute it. So why they are doing that? Why they are ranked here? Tel Aviv University grads. Why they are in that position? Because the university is amazing? You know, it's just building. We have buildings everywhere. Professors, beside my friend here, raise your hand. Most of them are boring. Yeah? Beside my friend. Any other professors here? Okay, that's good. So the idea is to be able to create your own strong network. How do you gain this network if you're not part of it? If your friend didn't add an exit, or some of your family, they don't run in high-tech business, how do you meet this, I would say, junction point? How you are able to get into this world of innovation. So today it's easy. There are tons of accelerators. No, it's difficult. Why? Because it became, instead of work hard, play hard, it became a play hard scene. You're not playing with being an entrepreneur. The new unemployed today is entrepreneur. Okay? I ask some of my friends, what are you doing? They're unemployed. I'm entrepreneur. I'm running in between works. I'm thinking. That's good. That's okay. But you'll have to start executing. Do something that people will see that you have some MVP to run with. And this is something that I like here. They think lean. This is what's special. Not the university, not the professors, but people understand that they have to execute. They need to show in a minimum time some results, that it's working. This is a typical structure of a floor that I'm reconstructing now. And now, why am I showing you that? It's 1,050 square meter, not a huge floor, but quite big one. In this floor, you see most of the Israeli ecosystem. And how come this floor will be able to produce tomorrow the next, I don't know if you know, some of you know Wix, Waze, Iron Source, Checkpoint, and those companies. How we will be able to do it? The ability is to take the young teams, the young startups, position them with the one that got small amount of funding, and then position them with the one that got over $1 million funding. The ability is to create the chain between the one that just started to the one that are already on the process. You need to come to meet these places, to visit them, and to get in contact with them. Why under the roof of the university? Because under the roof of the university you'll meet the best talent. Multidisciplinary talent, multilingual talent, okay? And this is the place, in between all of them, this is the area that I really like. The cafeteria. Okay? Here, things happen. You can have a meeting of a 60 minutes. Most of the meetings 60 minutes, 45 minutes. When the boom actually happens, when you walk them through the door and you say goodbye. Those 2-3 minutes are the change. When people stand up, they think, they walk you home, they say thank you for coming, and then you actually analyze what was in the meeting. So this is the network area, is the place when people actually do work. Okay, so we talked about the role of the academia. One is research, the second thing is you guys, the students, the talent. The multinational companies are looking for you, but they are looking for you not to waste their time. They are looking for you to apply one clear pager that says what, why, and how. Clear. If you have time, add your business model. If you have time, you can add more details. Your milestones, whatever. But this is what people are looking for, you to be lean and to speak the language that they expect to see. They don't have time to waste on you, but they are looking for you. They are looking for you among 200 accelerators in Israel and 200 accelerators in Chile and in Singapore and in China. So one small pager. And you know what's nice in a one pager? It's one pager, it's not two. Okay? Don't get mistaken. Don't send one pager that is 2-3 pagers. It's not a one pager. Yeah? More slides, less valuation. Okay? Keep it simple. And then, after we analyze the importance of the academia, which is you, we jump to the multinationals. Not yet. Multinational companies. Okay? What's unique today in Israel that 30 years ago, you didn't find them? Maybe Intel. Today, there are more than 300 R&D centers, not marketing and sales. As I said, the world population today is, help me? Overall, the population in the world, 5, 6, 7, getting to 8 billion. The world population in 2050 will be, don't get stressed, but it will be, guess, I'm not gonna kill you, fail. It's writing on the wall, it's okay to fail. The world population 2050, 11 billion. 1960, we were 3 billion. Imagine. We were 3 billion 1960. Today, we are 8. 2050, we're going to be 11. What's the biggest challenge? If some of you saw the presentation today, there was the agriculture, and then all the changes in the world. Okay, what's the biggest challenge? What is it? What is the biggest challenge, guys? Water? No. I live in Israel. We have water. It's desert. Okay? So if I say no, water is not a problem, it's not a problem. Seed? What do you mean by seeds? No. We have plenty of food. Man, I was in the market here. They have tons of food, everything. Half of it is not kosher. I can't eat it, but looks good. Okay? But actually, what is the challenge? Healthcare? It's not a challenge. Space? We have space. We don't miss space. Energy? No. What's the challenge, guys? Work. Work? Let's say that you say work, okay? Work, he's right. This is the challenge. The challenge is what we are all gonna do tomorrow, okay? Imagine tomorrow you wake up, you don't have work. This is the biggest challenge. You know how frustrating is it to wake up in the morning and to feel that you're useless? You have water, you've got something to eat, you have some insurance because everything is going to be online and you just need some IoT device that will tell you if you're going to die or not. What you're going to do tomorrow, that's the biggest challenge. And let's translate it to employment, okay? So unemployment, this is the biggest challenge. The population is getting bigger and bigger and people are getting bored and then they are trying to find some crazy solution of what will be with our small herd. So this is the challenge. And the solution for that, of course, going back, is entrepreneurship, because this creates SMBs. So multinational companies. So more than 300 R&D center in Israel. Why they came to Israel? They came to Israel because they met, your name? Ipu. So they met Ipu, for example, eBay, okay? eBay came to Israel 10 years ago. They acquired a company called shopping.com. Something like 5 years ago, they met a good friend of mine named Matan and Erez. They met with Matan and Erez, which had a small startup company named Gift Project. And they acquired Gift Project for a small amount of $30 million. So Matan and Erez, they became small millionaires. And they also became the head of innovation of eBay in Israel. Happy for them. And then eBay said, okay, we acquired two companies. We have small R&D team. Let's build a big R&D team on top of them. So the future of bringing R&D companies wherever you would like to is to show them the young talent that is able to develop the need that they are looking for. The answers of Kimberly-Clark or other whomever, Coca-Cola and so on, that are looking for the innovation. They are fighting for the innovation. They will pay tons of money for you just to see the early stage startups. That's true, yeah? I was texting Elad from Israel while she's texting me back. So I was texting our colleague in Israel saying someone is gossiping about you in China, and I'm like, sharing with you. She said, wow, it's a small world. Actually, a small world. But this small world is running like that in those channels of innovation, because if she'll see something in Israel that fits somewhere, some company in Singapore, it will go like that. And the world is wired, no limitations. No limitations there. It's running fast, people are looking for the solution. But she's not going to have the time, as I said before, to spend energy on 3 pages of 1-pager. That's the clue. And she'll need a recommendation because she gets tons of emails, but 95% of them are from accelerators that don't know how to work with startups. There are only few, like 500 startups, Techstars, and Y Combinator worldwide. In order to be the good one, you'll have to create reputation that she will open the inbox and will say, okay, that's a good accelerator, that's going to be maybe a good startup for me. And that's the channel, and that's the network. So then eBay decided to build an R&D center. And now it's becoming easier for people to approach eBay and say, we have some good startup for you, because it's becoming local. Multinational companies, CVC means the corporate venture capital. This is the old industry. Now, like Kimberly, they have the accelerator venture capital. Accelerators are names that we don't want to hear today. It's like saying innovation, saying entrepreneurship. It's old-fashioned. So they all have programs today. Okay? And you need to find, as entrepreneurs, the right program for you. And the right program for you, it doesn't really matter. It doesn't really mean that it's going to be the local program. Because if you need to take a flight and to sit somewhere for 3 months, you'll do it. Because it fits your needs now. If Techstars has a retail accelerator and you are based in Tel Aviv, so you're going to take your S and move to San Francisco, wherever. Okay? So you'll have to be, going back to our friend, flexible, yeah? You'll have to be agile. You have to see what fits your need. Because today, saying I'm doing entrepreneurship, it's nothing. You have to be personalized. If you're doing fintech or you're doing hardware, if you're doing hardware, Shenzhen is like the place to be. Worldwide people are talking about it, yeah? If you're doing fintech, people say, okay, you go maybe to Hong Kong, you go maybe to UK. So it's personalized to your needs, and you'll have to find the right place for you to develop your own future. Investors. Most of them don't know, okay? And you don't know that they don't know, but you think they know because they have the money. Okay? I'm just saying that good themes, I'm saying themes, I'm not saying products, because products, ventures, they are changing. But good themes, they will find a good investor. Okay? If it's easy to convince them, are becoming partners. But if it's an easy process with them, easy come, easy go. Okay? Don't find the easy one. It's supposed to be the right process with them. And you'll have to understand that they are becoming partners. And you don't need to educate them. You need someone to help you to get to the next phase. And of course, I'm talking mostly on the early stage startups, not on the ones that are in the second, the third round. And you'll have to try and understand what is their incentive, why they will invest in your company and not in others. Maybe something is wrong with my valuation, maybe something is wrong with me. Always analyze. And when you analyze, there are two tables. What happens if everything goes right? I get to the last milestone. There isn't any last one, but I get to this milestone, and did I succeed? Did I do well? So when you have your milestones map, so it's a V, 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 I get to one point. Is it a V? Did I spend, I don't know, 2 years of my life and I get a big X? Think. So there is the positive one and there is the negative one. Co-working. I'm saying co-working because it's trend. And this is actually a combination between real estate and high tech. We find today that one of the biggest trends is the ability to be connected, to be wired everywhere you go. While we are sitting here, 20% of you are working, sending emails, writing posts. You can continue. Sending email, writing posts, we all do it, okay? So things are changing in your mindset as well. So it means that you'll have to be more flexible. So if you have a small budget, You don't have to work with a local team that maybe costs more, okay? Find some other solutions. Flexibility is #1 in 2016 trends, the ability to be connected and to work around the clock from all the globe. Okay, government-wise. Israel is the second highest spender as part of the GDP on R&D. This is the nominal number, and this is as part of the country GDP. So we see overall that there are more than $400 billion going in China. And in Israel, only 11 billion. But Israel population is 9 million, yeah? The ability to get into the 4% area, it's not easy, of course, but I'm saying that finally, without governmental support, it's very difficult. Because going back to the investors, they need incentives. Yes, they will, time by time, people will get into the ability to invest pure money, their own money, but they want some incentive, they want some support. So this table actually shows the country involvement by nominal number and as part of their GDP per capita. And for us, being in the, I would say, leading rank of innovation in Tel Aviv and so on in Israel, it means that it's important for us to be positioned as the second after South Korea. Connecting 3 areas. One is the academia, the second one is the private sector, and the third one is the government. Some of you are familiar with the triple helix model, I'm sure. So besides talking about the triple helix model, and you can read more than I do, the ability as a startup, as an ecosystem builders, as entrepreneurs that are looking for some interesting venture, is the ability to connect between academia, business, and government. And actually, I took your lecture. The new logo at Tel Aviv University is this logo, which, if you do like that, goes back to your 8 and create a little bit. This is actually the unknown. It took us a year, not a week, to get into this logo. And we paid tons of money. But maybe we did a good decision taking this one, no? I don't know. The triple helix model is for you just to write yourself and say, if tomorrow you'll manage a board and you'll have your company, make sure that 1/3 are going to be with experience from the academia, from the private sector, and with government, I would say, connections. Okay? This is also important for your startup, for your company, and for people to get to know. So, 5 things, small things. I'm based in Israel. There are tons of good apps that went outside of Israel. How come? Because Israel is very small. So what's the connection of being very small? It means that tomorrow, if I would like to launch my startup, I'm not going to do it in Israel. It's a waste of time. The first thing I'll do as an entrepreneur, I'll jump into the US, UK, China, big markets. So sometimes less is more, okay? So looking at a very small ecosystem, and looking in a very narrow way, will open your pathway. So less is more is an approach that we adopted at the very beginning. We like talking about lean. But the first thing, if I'll ask you what your challenge as an entrepreneur, you'll say, I need funding, yeah? Most of us, we need money. We need money to burn this money. We don't know how, but we will do something with it. So, actually, the best thing you have is what actually you don't have. Look around you, and you'll analyze that, the challenges that are around you, and what you actually don't have is what will support your decision to take risk and create good solutions. So what you have is actually what you don't have. Deep technology. It's very hard to find good, deep technology today. And the one that are doing the screening process, if it's Kimberly, if it's 500 startup, Techstars, Y Combinator, they get more of the same on a daily basis. They're looking for something fresh, something new. And it's coming usually through two channels. One, people that are coming from experience from the industry. They used to work for 3, 4, 5 hours in some company, or academia. But if you would like to be this disruptive entrepreneur, go to the universities. You'll find professors there at the age of 50, 60, 70. They didn't do anything with their venture or with their research, and they are waiting for young blood, the combination between passion and experience, to do something with it. So this is your rule, to take it with your energy and to find something fresh that you can bring some good story to those accelerators or corporate VCs that will be able to open the one-pager and say, wow, not again this wearable, not again this 3D whatever, something fresh, something new. Okay, multi goes for everything. The good ecosystem, San Francisco, Berlin, Tel Aviv, are ecosystems that you'll find Chinese, Israeli, Singaporean, Malaysian working together. You walk in the street in Tel Aviv, you'll find French guys, German guys, US-based Israelis together. Multilingual, multicultural. In order to understand what the market needs, you need to be in the market. You need to feel what other people feel, not your local market, but the global market. And there are several locations that supply that. In Santiago, Chile, they wanted to build a successful startup ecosystem. So they've launched a program that is called Startup Chile. They invested $50,000 investment. It was a grant, non-equity. They didn't get any shares. They invited people to come and work in Santiago. International teams, get $50,000, work there. Why? Because they wanted to create international ecosystem. So this is the solution. Find two different opinions. It's worth more than two. It's written here on the wall, it's okay to fail. It's a life philosophy. One of the products that most of us use on a daily basis is the flash memory. Yeah? How many of you use the flash memory, the memory stick? Raise your hand. Almost all of us. In most of our mobiles, there is a flash memory. How many of you have the iPhone 7 Plus? How many of you use it? Not yet. It's coming. But are you familiar with the dual camera on the iPhone 7 Plus? On the iPhone 7 Plus, there are two cameras. It's a technology that was invented in Israel a few years ago by a company called Photonics. Super interesting. You're going to have two cameras in most of the phones in less than 2 years. So the first one went to HTC, and some of you that are working now, they can Google it, Photonics, or the dual camera. Like the invention of the dual camera or the flash memory, it started at Tel Aviv University. Most of us use it today. So this disruptive technology came from people, and my professor and my partner at Tel Aviv University Venture is the one that invented the dual camera. And the second professor, Simon, invented the flash memory. And their philosophy of life is to fail. And not to fail as a mantra in terms of, I'm cool, I'm gonna fail, but their life philosophy is not to get into saying, I'll do an exit, I will sell my company, the flash memory, to SanDisk, yeah? But to create something that will create impact, that is gonna change your life. The dual camera will allow you to take photos at night, and it's going to look like the way you see with your eyes. Crazy. I spoke with Simon, the one that invented the flash memory. And before he went to the market, I told him, Simon, people believe that it's going to work. He said, journalists called me, and they told me, don't sell us bullshit, you know, it's not going to work, and yada, yada, yada. And as once he released this product to the market, people were shocked. And 2 years ago, we came with a new venture that is called StoreDot. I highly recommend you also to Google it. StoreDot will allow you to charge your mobile in less than 1 minute. And the same journalist that called him 5 years ago, it was 10 years ago, asking about the flash memory, and he said, Simon, again a new venture, or you're again bullshitting? He says, I'm bullshitting, it's coming to reality in 2 years. So, failure, it's the best thing I could give you. Just fail. My wish for you is to fail more and more, because once you fail, you actually analyze and learn. You actually get the best practices, because if you succeed, you're not going to analyze them. I hope this answers something. Yeah, it is. It says thank you or something like that. Don't remember. So thank you very much.